Another little sailing adventure. Came out of Mountbatten over there and sailed around to Jennycliff over there. Now I'm just heading into Cawsand, hopefully. I'm hopefully going to try and find somewhere to camp over at Cawsand, because tomorrow it gives the wind picking up southwesterly and it'll be nice and sheltered over there. That'll be good. Good. Lovely. It's a little bit overcast, but it's quite warm. Bit of a breeze. 5 to 7 knots of wind, according to the forecast. So the direction's a little bit all over the place, depending where you are, whether you're in the lee or not of various bits of land. But it's almost low tide, another 40 minutes, and then an hour of slack tide. So hopefully, if I can get over to Cawsand before the tide, that'll be good. Because, or else it'll be trying to push me back in. We're averaging about 2 knots, 2.5 knots. So we should be there in under an hour, easy. We'll see. So nice. I don't know what's going on up on the Hoe. There's music and stuff. We are becalmed. Never mind. It's cool. We got in the lee of the land. The wind has died now. There's nothing. I've taken the sails down and I'm going to paddle into the fog over there. Find somewhere to camp. Just by Fort Picklecombe. Tropical. I was doing 3.1 knots a minute ago. No, nothing. But we can but paddle. It's all good. Made it to Cawsand. Oh, it took a total trip of 4.3 nautical miles, 2 hours and 14 minutes. That's an average speed of 1.9 knots. So, started at Mountbatten Public Slipway, which is here. And then came out of the Catwater, past the old Mountbatten Pier, and then into Jennycliff, and then crossed the channel, which you can see here, and came over, and then I lost the wind just around about Fort Picklecombe, about here, and that's when I paddled around the coast then into Cawsand Bay there. It's low tide, so the tide is only going to come up. Well, it's not low tide, it's a couple hours off now. But we'll see. I'll probably end up pulling my boat all the way up there and sleeping in it just up over there somewhere. We'll wait and see. If not, then I'm just going to cook my tea, eat that, and then anchor the boat and just sleep in it in this little bay here, about there. Views, man, the views. Amazing. King Sand and Cawsand. Things are cooking. I think this will be my chilling spot for this evening. Gradually I'll pull the canoe up and up and up and up and up with the tide. I think high tide is going to be about here. So yeah, it'll be alright. It'll be alright. So I've eaten, changed into my comfy clothes. I've had my tea, had a bit of a tidy, sorted. I dragged the boat up in the end. I couldn't be bothered to wait and do it later. I wanted to get it all sorted, so I dragged it up. And I've tied it this end. I've put the anchor down this end. So even if the tide does pick me up for an hour, it won't make a difference. So he's good. Look round the corner, shall we? That's the main beach around there. There's an ice cream van and a pub and everything, I think. There's benches. That beach is high enough, but it's too busy. Right up there. But there's people all round. Don't want that, do we? Much better here. Much better. I think I'm safe from rock falls for tonight. It's relatively, apart from that bit. Over here it's okay. Got a bit of reinforcement. We'll be alright. Yeah. So I came from over there, Mountbatten. I managed to sail most of the way here. I had to paddle the last bit, I told you that already. But, okay, oi! And I've done my little bit of litter picking for the day. So, broken glass, an aerosol can and some other crap. There's loads of rubbish floating, it's disgusting. The sun's gone down and it's like the cloud has now just waved coming down the valley there, descending as the air cools, I believe. Yeah. Coming to get us. Well, made a bit of a mistake with the tides. My tide app was out by an hour. When it updated, it wasn't on British summertime. When it updated and it changed, then yeah, high tide is at almost midnight, not 11. So I thought I had like another hour and a bit to go, but I've actually got nearly 2 hours, 2.5 hours to go, and it's already very close. I was sat on that wall a minute ago. I don't think it's not going to get up to there. I don't think. I think it might just about lap here somewhere. But, I've got the anchor out and tied off to the rock. So we'll be alright. We'll be alright. I'll just wait up here until it drops a little bit, or see how high it is at midnight, and if it's not too bad, bed's all ready, get in and go sleep. My combination of anchor and rock mooring seem to be working at the moment. It's pushing and pulling between the two, but it's not moving much, so that's good. And if I have my calculations correct, according to my tide app, then I have about another hour. High tide is at midnight, that's about another 2 hours. However, the last hour it doesn't really move that much. So we've got about another hour, another foot I think it's going to come up. So I'll just about be okay. Yeah. What a pain in the ass. Wakey, wakey. There's a dog over there, and the seagulls keep going at him. I don't know if he's after them. He keeps chasing them, but they keep dive bombing him. He won't give up. Funny. Cozy. Oh, survived the night. Well, nice leisurely morning, getting myself all sorted. He's not here yet. I'm waiting for my brother. He'll be anchoring out there somewhere in this boat, but I can't see him yet. So I'll just have to wait. But the tide's coming up. It'll pick me up in a minute. Nice and easy to launch. I might anchor out and do a bit of fishing whilst I'm waiting. That would be nice. It's lovely. So after paddling out to my brother's boat and meeting him and my nephews and his friends, we paddled to the beach, Cawsand, and then got an ice cream, and then we left because it was too big. And this is Cawsand Bay in Cornwall. That's where I camped last night, just over there, on that white rock. It's Cawsand, and that's King Sand over there. So left Cawsand about 10 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago, and a bit of southwesterly. I think it's about 5 to 7 knot of wind. It gives it 10 knots southwesterly, and it's should take me all the way back into Mountbatten quite easily if it stays like this. I'm on a course heading pretty much there if I can keep this line. I think I'll lose the wind a little bit as I go around the point, but Reading Point it's called. I didn't know that. Reading Point. So yeah, Fort Picklecombe. Did a bit of fishing, no fish. Don't matter, because we're safe. Might have to get my pole out, we'll see. Here, got some proper moody clouds going on. Sailing into dudes. Look at them. Oh, it's thick. It's lovely over this way. That way. Fucking clouding out to sea. Can't see the breakwater. You can just about see the lighthouse on the breakwater. And we're sailing into the fog. Just try and keep on a heading of 30, 40-ish degrees, and that should take me into Mountbatten. I've got my app, so it's I've lost sight of pretty much everything except for that bit of land there. So I'll just be good practice for sailing on a bearing. I'll just keep it on that, and yeah, all is good. Oh, it's so nice. It's just nice and chilled. 3 knots, steady. Wind from behind on a broad reach. Lovely. Cruising. So far so good. The fog is clearing a little bit on that side. I still can't see where I'm going. So I'm just sticking to my bearing. I can see on the app that it moves around. It flips around more. The compass is a bit more consistent. Well, we've got decent speed. Got up to 4.2 knots a minute ago. So, yes. It's full sail. Good job he's got a foghorn, that's all I can say. And here we are, Royal Corinthian Yacht Club, just coming into the cat water. You can see the evasive manoeuvres I had to take to avoid the ferry. That was interesting. Nice broad reach, just coming in. And the return journey, I left Cawsand Bay, came straight across. Didn't lose the wind as much as I thought around Fort Picklegram, around the Reading Point, and then I kept going past Drake's Island, and I was just about to cross the channel here, and then the ferry sounded its horn. I couldn't see it, but the ferry leaves from in here, so I quickly did a tack, came across this way towards Drake's Island, and then yeah, just as when the ferry came into sight, and then I was able to cross back across the channel, and then into the safety of the cat water. Yeah, it was a good trip. It's very foggy as spook out there, very foggy. That's the ferry.